The biggest land predator alive today is the polar bear. 3 meters long, 700 kilos. It is the king of the modern food chain. For most of Earth's history, it would have been lunch. These 12 animals are all real, all extinct, and all proof that the planet you live on used to build monsters from us and stopped only recently. Let's begin. Number 1, Titanoboa. 60 million years ago, in the jungles of what is now Colombia, lived a snake almost 13 meters long. That is longer than a city bus. It weighed over 1,100 kilos. It ate crocodiles. A snake this size is not even supposed to be possible. Snakes are cold-blooded, and a body that big can only stay warm if the climate is hot enough. Titanoboa is proof the ancient tropics ran several degrees hotter than today. The snake was so heavy it spent most of its life in water, like a python pretending to be a hippo. Number 2, Arthropleura, a millipede the size of a small car, 2.6 meters long, and over 300 million years old. It could grow that big for one reason: the air itself was different. Carboniferous air held about 35% oxygen, half again more than yours. Insects breathe through their shells, so richer air meant bigger bodies. Run the oxygen up, and the bugs scale up with it. And here is the strangest part. For 150 years we found its tracks, its shell, its body segments, but never a complete head. Scientists reconstructed almost everything about it before they ever saw its face. It was probably a vegetarian, car-sized bug, and it just wanted leaves. Number 3, Jacalopterus, a sea scorpion 2.5 meters long, the largest arthropod that has ever existed. Its claws alone were 46 centimeters. It hunted in rivers and lakes 400 million years ago, before anything with a backbone was big enough to fight back. Fish from that era have been found with healed wounds that exactly match the spacing of its claws, which means some of them got away, barely. Number 4, Dunkleosteus, an armored fish the size of a van with no teeth at all. Instead, its skull carried 2 bone blades that sharpened themselves against each other every time the mouth closed. A self-sharpening guillotine. It could snap its jaws open in 20 milliseconds, so fast that prey was sucked in by the vacuum. It ate sharks. We know because we have found fossils of the armor it spat back out. 360 million years ago, the scariest thing in the ocean was a fish that bit sharks in half and couldn't be bothered to swallow the crunchy parts. Number 5, Helicoprion, a shark relative with a spiral of teeth, coiled like a circular saw blade. When the first fossil whorl was found in 1899, nobody could work out where on the animal it went. Scientists tried the tail, the dorsal fin, the snout. It took 114 years and a CT scanner to find the answer. The spiral sat inside the lower jaw and worked like a buzz saw, new teeth rotating forward as old ones spiraled inward. It never lost a tooth in its life. It kept every single one curled inside its own jaw like rings in a tree. Number 6, Quetzalcoatlus, a flying reptile as tall as a giraffe, wingspan 11 meters, the size of a small aircraft, and yet it could launch itself into the air from flat ground, vaulting off its front limbs like a pole vaulter. But the unsettling part is what it did when it landed. It folded its wings, stood up on all fours, and walked. Paleontologists believe it stalked the ground like a giant heron, picking up baby dinosaurs and swallowing them whole. The largest animal that ever flew spent its afternoon strolling through nests, eating the children of T-Rex's cousins. Number 7, Deinosuchus, a crocodile 10 meters long with a bite force greater than Tyrannosaurus rex. It lived 80 million years ago in the rivers of North America, and we have dinosaur bones with its tooth marks healed over. meaning it attacked living dinosaurs, and they considered themselves lucky to escape. Crocodiles have barely changed in 200 million years. Evolution found a design it liked, and just once, it tried printing that design at maximum size. Number 8, Argentavis. A bird with a 7-meter wingspan. It weighed around 70 kilos, about the same as an adult man. It was too heavy to flap, so it didn't. It lived in Miocene Argentina, riding thermal updrafts off the Andes like a glider pilot, covering hundreds of kilometers in a day while barely moving its wings. A flying creature, the weight of a person, that treated flight not as effort but as weather. Number 9, the terror birds. When the dinosaurs died, the mammals took over the planet, except in South America. There, for almost 50 million years, the top predators were birds, flightless, 3 meters tall, with skulls up to 70 centimeters long, built like pickaxes. They ran faster than horses and killed with downward strikes of that enormous beak. Birds are dinosaurs' closest living relatives. The terror birds were exactly what they look like, the dinosaurs trying to take the throne back. They nearly succeeded. Number 10, Smilodon, the saber-toothed cat, fangs up to 28 centimeters, a jaw that opened to 120 degrees, twice as wide as a lion's. But here is what the fossils actually show. Smilodon's bite was weaker than a modern lion's. The fangs were so long and so fragile that it had to wrestle its prey to the ground first, using a body twice as muscular as any big cat alive today, and only then deliver one precise surgical stab. And the fossils show something else. Smilodon skeletons with crushed legs and healed bones. Injuries no solitary hunter survives. Something brought food to those injured cats for months. The monster with knives for teeth took care of its wounded. It went extinct 10,000 years ago. Your ancestors saw it with their own eyes. Number 11, Gigantopithecus. An ape 3 meters tall, weighing up to 270 kilos, the largest primate that has ever lived. We have never found a skeleton, no skull, no ribs. Almost everything we know comes from 4 jawbones and thousands of teeth, many of which were discovered being sold in Chinese apothecary shops, labeled as dragon teeth. It lived in the forests of Southeast Asia, eating bamboo, and it lived there at the same time as Homo erectus. Our direct ancestors walked through forests knowing something in the trees was 3 times their size. And number 12, Megalodon. The largest predator that has ever existed on land or sea, up to 18 meters, 3 times the largest great white shark ever recorded. Teeth the size of your hand, a bite force of 18,000 kilos, enough to crush a car. It ate whales. We have the whale bones with the bite marks to prove it. And before you ask, no, it is not still out there. If Megalodon were alive, the oceans would tell us. Every whale population on Earth would carry the scars. The ocean keeps records, and the records stopped 3.6 million years ago. Here's the part that should actually keep you up at night. Megalodon didn't die because something killed it. The oceans cooled. The whales moved to colder water, and the greatest predator of all time simply starved. Too big, too specialized, too perfect for a world that no longer existed. Perfection is what evolution punishes first. Earth has been building monsters for 500 million years. Giant snakes when the world ran hot. Giant bugs when the air ran rich. Buzzsaw sharks, walking aircraft, birds that hunted horses. Every one of them made perfect sense at the time, and every one of them is gone because the time changed. The next time someone tells you monsters aren't real, they were. For 99% of Earth's history, they ruled it. We just showed up during the quiet part.